Good morning. Happy Thursday. My week has been so busy that I almost in disbelief that it's already Thursday, but I'm really happy about that. So I kind of been taking it easy. My Aunt Flo came a little earlier than expected, like 16 days, but I guess I'm just at that age. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Maybe that's too TMI, but I mean, it kind of leads me into discussion about, things that I'm doing. My hormones have basically got under control after using dose, and I've been more regular with that. But I always notice that like my eczema situations usually have a flare up around that time. But recently I have figured out another way to make my coconut oil a little bit more soothing for my skin. So I usually put some essential oils on there, and it's funny because I think about Kai. You didn't put anything in there to make it smell good this time. So anyway, I decided to do something different because I was like applying like different things. But I love essential oils, and I have mentioned this before. And there are certain ones that you don't want to use too much of. And then there are certain ones that you can use a lot of it, and it'll do the trick as far as aromatherapy and all that other stuff. So before I was using like lavender and tea tree and seeing if that helped, but I kind of felt like that was a little bit more aggravating. I don't know how to say it. Like it wasn't soothing. It was the opposite of soothing. I just put it on, and I don't know, like it had a little bit of a drying. And when you have eczema and things like that, you don't want your skin to be dry like at all, because that's when it starts to feel like doo-doo. So anyway, my new formula that I've tried that I've really liked a lot is putting some lavender, of course, because I like lavender. Lavender is soothing. It's soothing for your mind, and it's soothing for your skin. So lavender goes in there, and I felt like I needed a touch of like antibacterial, but not like crazy or anything. So I put like 2 drops of the thieves oil, which is like a blend of like clove and cinnamon and things that would otherwise be antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, things like that. So I put a couple drops of that. You don't need a lot of that, like 1 or 2 drops. And so the other thing that I put in there is geranium. Now, I don't like the smell of flowers very much, and I really don't like geranium smell that much, but geranium is supposed to be good for the skin, so I put a couple drops of that in there as well, like 3 drops. Now, when I'm talking about the drops, I put like a glob of coconut oil, like in a big container, a container about that size, and I fill it up. So it just depends on how much oil you put in there in determination of how much drops you need to put. But I'm saying it like in ratio to each other of like what I'm doing. So maybe try to get with me on that note. And then one day when I have some time, because I rushed to do some extra this morning, then I'll do a video about how I put it together. But so I put a couple drops of geranium just to, like I said, put it in there, but not enough to give it a smell. But the main thing that I think that ultimately made it feel really, really good is I have it's called Magiplex, and this is just a blend of frankincense and myrrh, which is great. But sometimes when you get those type of essential oils, they tend to dry out really quickly. The one that I have, it doesn't. It's actually, so it must be diluted a little extra because it actually even has turmeric in there. So obviously turmeric is good for anti-inflammation and things like that, and while I ingest turmeric, it's still just as good for your skin. So I think I didn't need that much of that, because frankincense and myrrh, you generally only need 1 or 2 drops because they're really strong oils just in general and how they work. But the 2, I accidentally put like 5 or 6 drops, but I think it might have worked this time just because of the amount of oil that I had in there. But I didn't need that much. I probably could have just got away with up to 4 drops, depending on, like I said, how big your container is. So anyways, I just mix all that up and I put it on my skin, and man, it makes my skin feel really good. And I haven't posted in a while, but you might have seen me make a couple of posts about the mud mask that I put on. I knew I loved it, but I watched the video on this thing yesterday, and I had no idea the benefits of this particular mud that they get from places that people don't farm or be in or spray anything or do it. So it's like the most purest mud, and like it has all these probiotics and natural occurring vitamins. But because of that, it like enhances blood circulation. It's good for antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. And one of the stories I thought was interesting, everybody's like, put some mud on it, like put Windex on it. I don't know if you've seen Big Fat Greek Wedding, but like they're literally putting mud on everything. It doesn't have to just be on your face. It could be in your hair. It could be anywhere on your skin. So yesterday I couldn't do a video because like I wasn't dressed. I had it like in all these different patches all over my body, just because there are certain spots that I wanted to get that I felt like were drying out and becoming aggravated. So another day where you just gonna see my face. But man, every time I use this stuff, I feel like my skin is just like I had spent some time in like this spa. Like it's more than the word soothing when I put it on my skin. Like it just feels like it just calms my skin down, calms my body down. It just makes me feel like so fantastic. So anyway, I'm doing this live. I don't be wanting to take hella long on my live videos, and I don't even really liking to delay, but this was information that I felt like I wanted to talk about. So anyways, I hope you're enjoying it so far. Or at least getting some value, or at least maybe turning the light bulb on for questions that you may have about where these things come from or where I get them or whatever. So hit me up and let me know if you want to know more about that. But man, so the mask, it makes my skin feel fantastic. But one of the stories the guy told was he went to get his hair cut or whatever, and the lady that usually cuts his hair couldn't cut his hair that day, or felt like she couldn't because her hands and her wrists were all swollen up. And he said, you know what, you got to put I got something for that. Put some mud on it. And she's like, mud? What is that going to do? It's for your face. She's like, no, you can put it anywhere. He said he ended up getting his hair cut by somebody else that day because of it, but he had her put the mud on right then and there. And before he was even out of the place, he looked at her hands and the swelling was gone. And I thought that was amazing. I mean, to again, having products that literally do more than what you think that they do. Hey, Greg, is like, it's just so cool because it just lets you know that, for number one, I'm in the right place because I don't have to go shopping around for all these different things that people tell me about. I literally have them within my own company. But the fact that the quality of the stuff is like so awesome that it like takes care of everything all in the one place. I don't have to shop around. It's all there. Of course, I do my own stuff, but it's just great to know that like you can do one thing and it fixes so many things. So when we're talking about overall health, again, what you put on your body is just as important as what you put in your body. So just make sure you're using quality stuff, and anything that you can do or make on your own is easy. You know, coconut oil for the skin. I get my big old coconut oil from Costco. And if you don't like the smell of coconut oil, you're going to get refined. So then that way it takes out all the smell of that. So anyway, all that being said, I hope that's helpful. I have a skincare regimen, and that's basically what it is. Coconut oil and essential oils, and you know, this face mask that I need to really do more often. And you've heard me talk about me grooming, and that's not like something I like to spend my time on. But sometimes it's necessary, especially when your skin or your body is asking for it. And I'm taking this other thing called Pure, and it actually takes out the heavy metal toxicity out of your body. But I don't know if you guys realize that when stuff is being eliminated, it comes out through your skin. So again, if you have skin issues, it might aggravate those at the beginning, and I think that's what I'm going through. My body is just continuing to do its detox situation, and I just kind of have to manage that. So anyway, thank you for listening. I'm not going to keep you much further. I'm just wanting to give you some love on this Thursday afternoon. I hope the rest of your day is strong. I'll be doing some capoeira tonight and getting my groove on there, and saying goodbye to some friends that are moving and things like that. So anyways, I hope the rest of your day is strong. You have great workouts. You have great love from your friends, family, or whatever, coworkers, what have you. And then you're blessed. Have a good day. Make somebody smile. Cheese.